We have just had one of the most insane and mind-blowing morning/night here in East Java, climbing one of Indonesia's most famous mountains, which is Mount Kawah Ijen.
So Mount Ijen is an active volcano and sulfur mine, and what makes this location really special and unique is a thing called the blue flame.
Getting the chance to see this blue flame in person was the main thing that pulled us in and attracted us to do this hike in particular. But in order to see it, you have to start the hike literally in the middle of the night because the flame only appears whenever it is pitch black. So we actually had to set off from our accommodation at 1 AM, do a full 1 hour drive through the mountains and the forest in the freezing cold and in the pitch black on the back of the motorbike, and then we finally started the walk and the hike to the top of the volcano's crater at 2 AM.
So as Eoin said, when we started this hike it was really dark, you couldn't see a thing in front of you, but the walk itself up to the crater rim was 100%. It was a really good path, a little steep in places, but it was super windy and a lot of our audio sounds like this. We're going to hang around here for a little bit and hopefully go down to see the blue flame really quickly. So instead of giving you a sore head, we're going to try and talk you through the first half of our morning and this crazy experience. It was so mind-blowing for so many different reasons that we'll come to later in the video.
So what this hike actually involves is doing a 1.5 hour climb to the top of the volcano rim, and then you do a half an hour decline down to the bottom of the crater, and this is where the sulfur mining takes place and also where the blue flame is. The walk up to the top of the crater rim wasn't too difficult, as Aisling said, but once we started the decline into the actual crater itself, the path really changed. It was so rocky, really loose stone, and so hard to see anything because it was literally pitch black. But whenever you did look behind you, it was so cool because you could see just a stream of lights from people's head torches that were also climbing down into the crater coming behind, and it was just a really kind of cool and mysterious kind of feeling as well.
So before we made it down to the blue flame, we actually had to stop and put on our gas masks. Going into like this area, it is full of chemicals and gases that come from the sulfur and from this area of the crater. So it is really hard to breathe. It's really toxic. There's big gusts of cloud and smoke that come in, and it smells like really bad rotten eggs or like the worst fart you've ever smelled.
Finally, once we were all geared up and ready to rock, it was time to go and check out the blue flame itself, and oh my god, this did not disappoint. It was honestly incredible to witness, and it was so mysterious as well. Such an amazing image to see. And something else really cool that we learned is that this is actually the largest blue flame area in the entire world, or it's also known as the blue lava. But what actually causes this to happen is a combination of the volcanic heat underground mixing with the sulfur and the oxygen on the volcano's surface, which then combust together to cause and create this blue flame. Yes, smashed it. You do not know how many times I had to take that clip to get that right.
Honestly, seeing this blue flame for ourselves was absolutely incredible. It completely blew us away, and we were so lucky to actually see it for ourselves as well, because the blue flame isn't there every single night. It just doesn't always happen, so we were so grateful that we got to go and see it for ourselves. But the fumes and the chemicals in the air were so hard to breathe in, so we couldn't hang around for too long, so we quickly made our way back up to the top of the volcano for sunrise.
And this was the first time we actually got to see the incredible beauty and epicness of Ijen and the whole crater here. Honestly, it was just insane. Up until now, it was pretty much pitch black, so we couldn't see too much, but once the sun came up, we grabbed a wee bit of breakfast, walked around a wee bit, and just took in the scenery because it was next level, to be honest with you.
Oh.
How you doing?
Oh, struggling. It's getting hard.
Struggling?
Yeah.
My head is on the water. I thought I didn't need you, but when I promised slowly, I realized that I've been missing you like crazy. My head is on the water, 'cause I thought I didn't need you.
Right in the middle of the crater there is also a huge lake, which is the most acidic lake in the entire world as well, and the colour of this lake was just stunning. The blue was just amazing, and what a sight it was first thing in the morning.
So up until this point, we hadn't actually seen any of the miners at work down in the crater because it was just so dark. But once the sun had come up, we could see loads of men going down to the craters to start their day's work. And Eoin was far too intrigued, so he made his way down to the crater for the second time.
So after the savage walk back down to the bottom of the crater, I finally got to see these men working and mining at the sulfur. So even if you don't know what sulfur is, you will probably remember a wee bit about it from back in the day in school when you were sitting in the science class and you were learning and reading over the periodic table. But what it actually is a chemical element that is mined in volcanic areas, and it is used in so many different things in the world today, such as fertilizers, batteries, cleaning products, and so many more things. But this is really where a lot of the sulfur is being mined in this part of the world, and it comes in this incredibly bright yellow color, and it is really heavy, really difficult to mine. And being able to go down and witness people working and mining at this sulfur was just an experience I could not miss out on. It was insane to see these men working away mining at this sulfur. They literally dig and chip it out with huge like crowbar like massive poles and spikes and different things. They then lift the sulfur, put it into these like wooden baskets that they then carry across their shoulders, and then they also have to carry the sulfur the whole way from the bottom of the crater to the top of the crater's rim, and then the whole way back down the mountain again. And this job just blew my mind, and this was the second reason why this experience and going to Ijen was just an absolutely mind-blowing experience for both myself and Aisling. The conditions these men are working is just unbelievable. There's so much chemicals, so much toxicness in the air. The smoke coming from the sulfur makes it incredibly difficult to breathe, and even though I had a gas mask on, it was still really hard to breathe. And some of these men that were working literally in the middle of these clouds and puffs of sulfur didn't even have gas masks. They literally had like their t-shirts up to like their mouth. They had scarves around them just trying to cover up. And how this job is actually happening just is beyond me. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. I'm also so glad that I decided to go back down to the crater for the second time, because whenever I got there, there was literally no other tourists around. It was just myself and loads of the people working in the mines here, because all of the other tour groups and anybody that came with a package deal or a guide had all left and gone home and down the mountain again. Whereas this gave me a really good opportunity to actually talk to some of the men working here and working in the mine, and they were all so friendly, so willing to talk, and just really looking to tell me about their line of work and about their lives and their situations. And I honestly learned so much from them. A lot of these men have been working there for literally their entire life. One fella I was chatting to was there for 37 years, there was another 22 years, and there was another fella there 17 years, and he was pretty young, to be honest with you. And it just is so crazy to think that this is the only job they have ever done. Most of these men are also very thin, very kind of pale looking, and don't look like they're in good health at all, and they are carrying these incredibly heavy baskets of sulfur up and down the mountain a few times a day. And honestly, chatting to them, hearing their life situations and their story, I have just gained an unbelievable respect for what they do, for them as people, that I just never would have even considered or thought of in the first place. But literally, from going down to the crater the second time, this was a whole new experience for me. And what was the most mind-blowing part of this entire situation and the whole day for me was that one of these men actually told me that they carry and mine this sulfur up and down the mountain every single day for 100k rupiah per basket, and they're doing this 3 times a day. So their kind of average daily income is roughly 300,000 rupiah, which is the equivalent to like roughly maybe 16-17 pounds sterling per day for this insane work. It is so physical, so bad for your health as well, working in these conditions. it just blew our minds. Honestly, I can't even put it into words how we felt after finding this out and after seeing the whole situation. It was just a surreal experience, to be honest, and definitely by far this is the hardest job I have ever firsthand seen with my own eyes, and it just left me feeling a wee bit sad, a wee bit uneasy, but just in absolute awe and with this incredible respect for these men. So after spending too long down in the bottom of the crater and choking my lungs up because of the sulfur that was in the air, I finally made it back up to the top of the crater rim, met up with Ashley again, and finally it was time to head back down to the bottom of the volcano. I'm starting to regret going down the second time. This is bloody tough. I feel that, hold that one wee bit there.
Shit.
That one wee tiny bit.
Holy shit.
And look at the monster bits in it. That is absolutely mental. Crazy.
So it's now 8:30 in the morning and we are bloody wrecked. We are basically running on no sleep.
We are so tired and getting really hungry as well. And most people have actually went down from the volcano as well. Whenever we first came up this morning, it was literally packed. There was so many people here. And now there's very little people here apart from kind of us, a few other kind of people hiking, and a lot of miners as well. So we are going to head back down the mountain now, back towards the bike, because we still have like an hour's drive back to our accommodation. And yeah, I think we're going to show you a bit of the path as well on the way down, because it was so dark this morning we obviously couldn't record any of it, and we want to show you what the actual path is like to get to the top of the volcano here as well. Can't even talk, I'm so tired. I can just feel my body like fading out. I'm so tired. Okay lads, that is us finished up for the morning. We are absolutely bloody knackered. It is after 9 AM actually in the morning, and we've been here from 2 AM is when we started this morning.
It's been a long morning.
Yeah, a long ass morning, to be honest with you. But what an experience. Like,
it was absolutely incredible. I'm so
God.
glad we came and did it for sunrise as well, because we
Yeah.
got to see the blue flame, and then we got to hang around for whenever it got brighter. It was just absolutely amazing.
So good. And as Ashton said, whenever we did hang around that wee bit later after kind of sunrise, there was so like little people there as well. There was us, a few other hikers, and just a load of people mining as well. Whereas when we originally came this morning, went and seen the blue flame and all that, there was so many people. So it made it all the more special, hanging around that wee bit longer as well, and just taking a bit more time to just enjoy it and just look around us as well. What an experience. We are mind blown by the whole situation with the miners working there. That is the toughest job I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how they do it, and absolutely hats off to them. It is unbelievable.
Watching them men carrying that sulfur up them hills, I literally was breaking my own back looking at them.
Jesus.
It was absolutely wild.
Brutal. Like, I walked from the crater to the top of it twice and I was knackered, and that was just with a backpack. Never mind with them like 70 to 90 kg baskets of sulfur. That is insane. But we are going to leave this one here. We're going to head back to our accommodation now, hopefully get a few hours of a kip, because we are just so beat. And it's going to take us an hour to drive back there as well. But we really hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, we would love it if you hit the like button. If you would subscribe to our channel as well, we would massively appreciate it, and hopefully you will join us again for another video. See you later.